The witch had a cat who was lazy and fat. He sat on her broom and liked all the room. How the cat dozed as he stretched out his toes, sniffing the air with his wet black nose. Then all of a sudden the witch let out a cry as her pointy hat went flying by. Not again, thought the cat, to this sound, as the witch lowered the broom to the ground. He surveyed as she looked high and low. Did the fat lazy cat help? No. Something rustled in a bush nearby, catching the wandering witch's eye. Out jumped an eager, bouncing, playful dog. He had found the witch's hat on a log. Don't you dare, thought the cat as he saw the witch taking the helpful dog's paw. She liked to pick up waifs and strays. The agitated cat narrowed his gaze. Before he knew it, there weren't two but three. This isn't okay with me, thought the cat as they mounted the broom. That dog will take up too much room. Storm clouds grew as we swooped through the fog. My witch was growing fond of the dog. Then the bow fell from her plait. Oh, bother that, I thought, as again we descended. I thought all this had ended. A bird had found my witch's bow. Had he really nowhere else to go? For he was a bird, he could fly far and wide. I was now the cat stuck to one side. Then over the forests and mountains we flew. I wanted my room. It was well overdue. The bird gave a squawk of delight. My witch dropped her wand from an incredible height. We dived to the ground again. How many more times, I thought. This broom can't hold 10. I felt more strung out than ever. When a frog found the wand, then my witch called him clever. She never said that to me. I'm as angry as can be. I soon realised I had no time to mourn, as we picked up speed through the blurring storm. The broom snapped in half, then down we animals fell. I was in a living hell. Suddenly we heard a roar, a sound I had never heard before. It was a dragon, as mean as can be. And you know what he wanted? My witch for his tea. The dragon bellowed as my witch flew higher. Help, she cried, as he scorched her with fire. His plan backfired. There'll be no witch for his tea, as all the animals gathered round me. Together we made quite a team, standing on one another, beginning to scream. That witch is ours, we shrieked and hissed. The dragon looked incredibly miffed. For before him he would have seen a sight to make anyone scream. A cat, a frog, a bird and a dog, who had covered themselves in the mud from the bog. What a terrible sight with shrieking too. The dragon didn't know what to do. The dragon sped up to the sky, leaving our witch surely to die. As she tumbled, flipped and spun around, her broom broke, her fall as she hit the ground. The ugly bog monster we had all become ran towards her all as one, for now I was finding it plain to see. They loved my witch as much as me. We gathered around our favourite witch. I wouldn't have even tasted nice with chips, she said with a grin on her face. Let's find a way to get out of this place. Time for a new broom, I think, she smiled with a laugh and a wink. She waved her wand as we all went wild, jumping about like a little child. Muttering to herself, we could hardly hear. In front of her a cauldron magically appeared. The frog flew in a flower, the bird a cone, I threw in a furball, the dog added a bone. Altogether, the witch declared, higgledy-piggledy, the broom was repaired. This time I was last to get on. I realised I had been wrong. Those taking up my space were actually pretty ace. The birds sang songs as we flew up high. The dog was a really nice guy. The frog, although still hoppy, didn't make me mad and stroppy. I had my space, but I had new friends too. So all I have to say to you is, don't be grumpy if you have to share. You might find out they really care. There will always be room on the broom. Perhaps we will pick you up soon.